"21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters." "What do you mean, missing? Lost?" "Well, how old is the little girl?" 4.5? Who is she with, her mother? "Yeah." "Where?" "What's that address?" "You're in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct." "All right. Tell her I'm sending the officers right over." "No, tell her not to go out looking for her. The officers will be right there." "That's right."
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. I was working my day tour. After I turned out the platoon at 8 a.m. and conferred with Lieutenant Gorman, the desk officer, about a patrol problem, I went into my office to read, digest, and sign nearly 100 reports and communications that had accumulated since I was last on duty 24 hours before. At 9:20, I was still at the paperwork. 21st Precinct, Captain Kennelly.
This is Sergeant Waters on TS, Captain. We got a child under 7 reported missing.
Where's this?
1130 2nd Avenue.
Is that the residence?
No, sir, it's a laundrette. The mother was in there with the family wash. The kid was with her and just disappeared.
Okay, I'll be right out.
Yes, sir.
This is Sergeant Waters at 21st. Desk officer here, Lieutenant Gorman, wants to speak to Captain Fleischer. This is Captain.
Yeah.
No, he won't talk to anyone else. There's a notification on a missing child under 7. All right, I'll hold on.
You notify CD, Pat?
Yes, sir, first thing.
Hold on, Captain Fleischer. Lieutenant Gorman. Captain Fleischer on the line.
Okay. Captain Fleischer? This is Lieutenant Gorman, desk officer, 21st. We have a report of a missing child under 7. The name is Gloria Solent. Solent. Age 4.5, daughter of Mrs. David Solent. David. 278 East 60th Street. Yes, sir, that's right, East 60th. She was in the company of her mother in Jerry's laundrette at 1130 2nd Avenue. Disappeared. We got it at 9:17. No, sir, not yet. I'm going to as soon as I get through with you. Yes, sir. You're welcome, Captain.
You notify the 21st Squad Commander, Pat?
I'm going to do it right now. Sergeant, would you ring upstairs to Lieutenant King?
Yes, sir. Lieutenant King on the job today?
I saw him come in a little while ago, Captain.
This is Sergeant Waters on TS, Lieutenant. Lieutenant Gorman would like to talk to you. Yes, sir. Lieutenant King's on the line, Lieutenant.
Okay. Hello, Matt. Yeah. Missing child.
How'd we get it, Sergeant? Patrolman on post there, sir. Vaquero. The owner of the laundrette went out in the street and got him. He rang in with it. Looked all up and down the block in every store. He can't find the kid.
So what'd you send over there?
Set the cars 2 and 3, Captain.
What about a sergeant?
Sergeant Burns went sick, Captain. He just had a bad wreck on the East River Drive. Sergeant Collins over there.
Well, you better get a patrolman in here to relieve you on TS, Bill. We'll need a sergeant over there to take charge of the uniformed men.
Yes, sir.
She was wearing blue jeans, a white sweater over a red check shirt, red shoes, white socks. Yeah, man.
Let me talk to Lieutenant King when you finish, Pat.
Yes, sir, Captain. No, 4.5. Yeah. Well, that's about all we got so far. Just a second, Matt. Captain Kennelly wants to talk to you. Okay, Captain. Thanks.
Hello, Matt. Captain.
And I have 5 patrolmen and a sergeant over there, Matt. They're yours. And any more you need.
Thanks, Captain. I'm going myself right now. How about you? You want to ride?
All right, I'll wait down here for you.
Yes, sir.
Hello, CB. This is Sergeant Waters, 21st. Yep, 681.
Okay, Pat. Keep your finger on this thing up to the minute. Stay on their tails until that kid is found.
Yes, sir, I will. You can count on it.
There are few occurrences which are handled with more urgency than the report of a missing child. On the basis of 100 years' experience, the police department of the city of New York has found that although nearly all missing children are eventually located and returned home safely, prompt and thorough police action might prevent an accident or crime involving the child. The action to be taken is described in great detail in the Manual of Procedure and Rules and Regulations 316. With or without suspicion of a crime being involved, the desk officer is obliged to refer the report to the detective squad commander for immediate investigation. As required in no other type of case, The desk officer must, in addition, personally and forthwith notify the captain in charge of the detective district, the immediate superior of the squad commander. Assistance in the form of men, radio motor patrol cars, police launches, emergency service squads, transit police, and the facilities of any other department of the city must be made available forthwith on request of the detective commander in charge. All superior officers of the patrol force must cooperate with the detective commander and render any assistance requested. In compliance with Lieutenant King, I drove over to 1130 2nd Avenue, Jerry's laundrette, from where the search was commenced.
Okay, Johnny. Captain.
See on that.
Find a place to park, Johnny. We'll see you inside. Yes, sir.
There's Vaccaro. Vaccaro.
Yes, sir.
Any sign of the child, Vaccaro?
No, sir. I've just been rechecking in the stores all along the block. Nobody's seen her. Who's on the job with you here?
Cochran and Giordano in Sector Car 2, Lieutenant, and Eisman and Nelson in Sector Car 3.
Where are they?
Eisman and Nelson are cruising around to see if they can locate the girl on the street. Cochran and Giordano are climbing stairs in the buildings up and down the block.
Mm-hmm. Where's the mother?
Inside. She brought in the family wash and was sitting talking and reading a magazine after it was in the machine.
Let's go in.
She looked up and this kid was gone.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Where is she?
In back. The proprietor has a little office in back.
Is that the proprietor?
Yes, sir. Mr. Akers.
Just a second. 41, 53, $6, $23, $45, $91. Excuse me if I don't keep these figures going. They get way ahead of me.
Mr. Asher, Captain Kennelly, and Lieutenant King. Mr. Jerry Asher.
How do you do?
Hello.
How are you? Were you here when the child disappeared, Mr. Asher?
Yeah, sure. I was right here, I'm telling you. Everything was peaceful. Nothing but the machines going. And all of a sudden, she lets out this scream, Mrs. Solomon.
Uh-huh.
Well, I thought she got a hand stuck in the machine or something. I ran up there, and she's yelling something about Gloria, my baby. I don't know. I thought the baby was in the machine. Well, then this other lady, her friend, she told me the lady's kid is gone. I said, calm down. Now, how far could she go? So we looked around the store, in front and in the back. Nothing. We went out on the sidewalk and looked around. There was still nothing. Well, then I was getting worried, too. This policeman came by, and I told him, and that's all I know.
The mother's in back?
Yeah, in a little office I got back there.
Mm-hmm. Who's with her?
I left her friend there with her.
Well, that friend had to go home, officer. She said she had some soup home on the stove, and she had to turn it off before it boiled away. She said she'd be back.
You got her name, Vaccaro?
Yes, sir. Mrs. Annabelle Navin, 278 East 60.
Yeah, that's right, Mrs. Navin.
The same building as the mother.
Well, let's talk to her.
Yes, listen, do you need me? Breaks my heart. I don't know. I got a couple kids myself. You get to thinking what could happen.
That's all right, Mr. Asher. You stay here.
Right in back there on the left.
Thank you very much.
In here.
Did you find her? Did you find Gloria?
No, not yet.
Oh, I don't understand where she could have gone. I just don't understand.
Mr. Solomon, this is Captain Kennelly.
Hello.
And Lieutenant King.
Mr. Solomon.
I'm so sorry to cause all this trouble, and I appreciate your help. I really appreciate it.
Well, that's our job, Mrs. Solomon.
Vaccaro. Yes, sir. You better go on out the street, see what you can do.
Yes.
Okay, Captain?
Go ahead, Vaccaro.
We'll find her, Mr. Solomon.
I hope so. I just hope so.
Is it all right if I shut the door, Mrs. Solomon?
Yes, you what?
Be a little quieter. Now, you gave the officer a description of your little girl. You said she was 4 1/2.
Yes, and she's wearing blue jeans, and she had on a blue white sweater and red shoes with white socks.
What's the color of her hair?
Red hair. Sort of kitten, I guess you call it. Where could she have gone? That's what I don't understand. Say her.
Yeah, we're going to try to find that out. Miss Solomon, what time did you leave the house this morning?
Well, it was about, let's see, it was about 10 minutes to 9 o'clock. I took the wash, and I took Gloria, and I came over here.
Were you near the front door or toward the back?
Oh, toward the back. I like to get toward the back because there's less traffic in and out, and I have a favorite machine, number 11. I was putting my first load in the machine, and I told Gloria to be a good girl and play, and I got the wash in, and she was playing, and I started to talk to Mrs. Nathan. She was washing right next to me, and I was talking and looking at the pictures in a magazine, and then I looked up to see where Gloria was, and she was gone. I guess I let out a scream. That's what Jerry said I did anyway.
Then you started to look for her.
Yes. We looked all over the store, in front and back, under the counters, even in here. There was a lady up in front washing in one of the first machines, and we asked her if she saw Gloria go out. Well, she didn't think so. She didn't remember. She was busy with her wash. So we went out on the street, and we looked around. We couldn't find her. We looked in stores, and then Jerry said, finally, we'd just better tell the cop on the beat. So we saw him on the corner, and we told him.
Were there any other children in here at the time, Mrs. Solomon?
Well, usually there are. Let's see. No, not this morning when I came, but that didn't make any difference because Gloria plays very nice by herself, and Jerry's got blocks and toys over in the corner for when mothers bring the children in.
Did you see anyone come or go?
What do you mean?
Did anyone come into the store you noticed particularly?
Well, no. I was talking to Mrs. Nevin and reading. Nobody I noticed. Oh, there was just a laundryman, I think.
What laundryman?
From the wholesale laundry. You know, some of the customers like to get things like sheets and shirts finished. Jerry has a service, and you can get sheets and shirts and things like that all done for you.
He's the only one you noticed, the man from the wholesale laundry.
Yeah, that's right. I was worried before, but now I'm getting scared. I'm really getting scared. Do you think it would do any good if I just went out again and looked, too?
Well, the officers have a good description. They'll know it. Come in. Oh, come in, Sergeant.
I got someone to fill on CS, Captain.
Good. What do you want Sergeant Waters to do, man?
I tell you what I think would be the best thing, Bill.
Yes, sir?
You supervise the members of the patrol force who are making the search.
Yes, sir. You'll find Vaccaro, Cochran, Giordano, and Eisman on the job. There'll probably be more to come.
Yes, sir. I'll get right on it. Excuse me, John.
That's all right, Sergeant.
Come in, Johnny.
Yes, sir.
Mrs. Solomon, this is Detective Bender.
How do you do?
I went over to your house, Mrs. Solomon. I thought maybe somebody might have found the child and brought her home.
But they didn't.
No.
What's your husband's first name, Mrs. Solomon?
David.
What's his occupation?
He's a butcher. He works in Washington Market.
Have you notified him the child is missing?
No.
Why not?
Well, you see, we're separated.
For how long?
Since the middle of August.
Where's he been living?
In a furnished room in the village someplace. I don't know just where.
Have you seen him, Mrs. Solomon?
Oh, yes, he comes to get Gloria on Sundays and brings her home.
Is that the arrangement?
Yes, every Sunday, and if he wants her more, all right, too.
Is he contributing to your support?
Oh, yes, every week, just like a clock.
Is he satisfied with the arrangement?
Well, he never said anything that he wasn't. He's the one that wanted to break up. Now, me, I was satisfied. Listen, you don't... not Dave. He wouldn't.
We'll find out whether he would or not. Bender.
Yes, sir.
Check him out.
Yes, sir, right away.
Call me one way or the other.
Yes.
Oh, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I wouldn't believe Dave could do a thing like that. Why, I couldn't believe that.
Well, in this job, Mrs. Solomon, what we believe to be the case doesn't matter. It's what we find out that counts.
You are listening to 21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city.
Within the next half hour, 13 men from the various commands joined the hunt, and the 17 patrolmen, under the immediate supervision of Sergeant Waters, began a search of every building from the basement to the roof in a 6-block area. They looked in courtyards and in alleyways. They talked to storekeepers and pedestrians. Meanwhile, 4 detectives from the 21st Squad and 2 detailed from 6th Detective District Headquarters were assigned by Lieutenant King to seek out all acquaintances of the mother in the neighborhood, the parents of all the girls' playmates, all the customers known to have been in the laundrette at the time of the disappearance, and to make personal inquiry concerning the child. An alarm describing the girl was teletyped to every precinct in the city, and a radio message concerning her was broadcast to all motor patrol cars in the borough of Manhattan. Despite all the effort, at 10:38 a.m., there was still no sign of her. As I stood by, Lieutenant King telephoned to Captain Fleischer, the commander of the 6th Detective District, from the counter in the laundrette.
Could use them. You would, Captain. All right, as soon as possible.
Matt,
Hold on a second, Captain Fleischer. Yes, Captain.
if we're going to expand the search, maybe he could put in for some rookies from the academy. We'd get a lot of men, and they could cover a lot of ground.
That's a good idea. Captain Tonelli suggests instead of draining men from the precincts, you might want to put in a request for some rookies from the academy. Yeah, it could be a big help in searching all the buildings around here. Yes, sir? All right, yes, sir. I'll keep in touch with you. Thought that was good about the rookies who asked for them. In the meantime, he's requesting the 19th, 20th, and 23rd to send over a car and 3 men each.
That's good.
He's sending up 2 detectives each from the 19th and 23rd squads, and he's asking the division inspector for 4 plainclothesmen. They all ought to be here within 15 or 20 minutes.
Boy, this neighborhood is sure jumping.
Well, it'll be jumping more, Mr. Asher.
I got to give you credit. When you do something, you do it. You don't kid around.
A child that age is pretty helpless. Even if she's all right, she's probably too scared to tell anyone who she is or where she lives.
How's the mother doing?
How do you think?
Yeah.
Can you excuse me a minute? I'd like to get in there.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, this is the headache end of the business. The finished work. A lot of bookkeeping, a lot of complaints, and not much profit.
Yeah.
But it's a service you gotta have. Mama can come in here and work the machines all she wants. The papa wants to sure some professional, so I'm stuck with it. There's another load from to knock the buttons off.
Mr. Asher, as we're getting in your way around here, I'm sorry.
Who said you're getting in my way?
We're required to conduct a search from the point where the child was last seen.
Listen, Captain, everybody's doing their part. I'll do mine.
We're just about finishing up the next block, Lieutenant.
Every building, Sergeant?
Every building top to bottom. Basements, roofs, halls. They're knocking on every door. Nothing.
We'll just have to keep at it.
Well, which way do you want us to go next? Next block east, or you want us to go uptown another block?
What do you think, Captain?
It's a toss-up, man.
Tell you what'll help. Start your men on the next block east. I just spoke to Captain Fleischer. We're getting 9 more patrolmen in here any minute.
Oh, good.
You start your men east. When they get here, we'll start them on the next block uptown from where you left off.
Yes, sir. I'll get them going.
You better check the desk officer again.
Yeah, that's a good idea, man. Maybe I ought to see how the mother's doing.
Yeah, what you would. Hello, this is Lieutenant King.
Oh, excuse me, Mr. Asher.
Help yourself.
Foreman, please.
Did you find her?
No, not yet, Mrs. Allen.
I'm sitting here thinking, what could have happened to her? Now, where could she go? Maybe one of those maniacs. That's the only thing I can think of.
No, Mrs. Allen.
Well, what else? Kidnappers? What would kidnappers want? I haven't got anything. David hasn't got anything.
I don't think you ought to jump to conclusions.
It's been 2 hours almost. She's just a little girl, 4 and a half. She couldn't just disappear. Where? She wasn't out of my sight 2 minutes. Not 2 minutes.
We'll find her.
Sure, yeah, but how? When? Alive? Not 2 minutes.
Come in. Captain, Lieutenant King would like to see you.
Any news, did you see her?
No, Mrs. Allen. Excuse me, Mrs. Allen.
Yes, sure.
I brought the husband up, Captain. Lieutenant King's talking to him.
Lady, if you want to bring your own soap powder, how can I stay in business?
Captain Canelli, Miss David Fallon.
Mrs. Allen, it's something more than she's just lost, isn't it?
You know as much as we do, Mr. Fallon. You were at work when this detective came down to the market?
Yeah, I was at work in the store. I was cutting a side of beef. Is that right?
He was at work, all right. How long have you and your wife been separated, Mr. Fallon?
2, 3 months, something like that?
What was the reason for the separation?
Is it necessary to go into that?
I think it is.
For 7 years we're married. Since the month after I got out of the Army. 7 years. Nag, nag, nag. Be a big shot. Talk better. Dress nicer. Move to Long Island. 7 years. Nagging. Was the glorious would have happened a long time ago, but even with Gloria, enough is enough. Mr. Solent, we know that you love your daughter, and we know you were at work when this thing happened, but if you have anything to do with this, me? Well, I mean, if you sent a friend or a relative or anybody else up here to take that child, we'll find out about it.
Listen.
You're barking up the wrong tree. Yes, I'm assuming that I am, but just in case I'm not, I want to tell you that we've got 30 men on the job right now, and there are more coming. Your wife is in there worried to death. I'm worried to death, too. Now, if you're behind this in any way, Mr. Solent, you're in for a lot of trouble. I'm not behind. Now is the time to get it straightened out. I'm telling you. All right. I just want you to understand. I understand.
Sender.
Yes, sir?
Why you gentlemen? Checking the stores on this block.
Jerry's laundrette.
Give him a hand.
Okay,
Who?
right away.
Oh, Lieutenant King, telephone.
Thanks.
Are you the father?
Yeah.
You got my deepest.
No word yet, Captain. All right, sir. Yes, sir. I'll watch out for him. Yes, sir.
Captain Fleischer?
Yes, sir. There are 14 men on the way up from the police academy. Sergeant is in command.
That's good.
Well, you're getting some service to find your daughter, Mr. Solomon. These guys have been breaking their necks. Tough cops. They're a bunch of softies, if I ever seen any.
I know how much you do, and I appreciate it.
Don't you think you'd better talk to your wife?
Yeah, I guess I ought to. This way, Mr. Solomon. Well, listen, while you're all here, somebody might bring Gloria home to the flat.
We've got a man posted over there.
Oh. Hello, Evelyn.
Oh, David.
And they'll find her, Evelyn. They'll find her. Now, don't worry.
2 hours for 2 hours. Where could she be?
They'll find her, won't they? Well, we're certainly trying. You know how many policemen they got looking? 30. Is that right?
That's right.
30 policemen now. More are coming. 50 policemen, Evelyn. How could 50 policemen not find her?
I'm glad you came, David. It sounds like...
Yeah, I know.
Is your cold better? On Sunday, you look bad. Just terrible.
I felt terrible. They'll find her, Evelyn. Believe me.
I want to ring in, Captain.
I'll go with you, man. But they're going to find her, Evelyn. Don't you worry about it. I wish I was that confident.
Me too.
It's getting to be a long time.
No. If somebody came in and took that girl out of here right from under her mother's nose, he had a lot of nerve.
We haven't had a squeal like that around here in a long time, have we?
I don't remember any for a year or two.
How about in the district?
Not that I can recall. Last one I heard about was up in the Bronx, and they got the guy.
Yeah.
Excuse me, coming through. I gotta push this into the bank.
All right, come ahead.
I got enough room there?
Mr. Asher.
Yeah?
What's that?
That's the bane of my existence. That's a load of finish work to go out in the morning, and I'll have another basket full by then. Excuse me.
Just a second. Mrs. Sullen?
Yes?
Any news? No, not yet. Would you come out here a minute, Mrs. Sullen?
What's the matter?
You said before that you remember the man from the wholesale laundry coming in while you were doing your wash, before you noticed Gloria was gone.
Yes, I did.
Mr. Asher, does he take this big canvas basket out with him?
Two. Every day, loaded with dirty wash, and he brings in two with clean.
Well, was the basket out in the front of the store waiting for him?
I didn't see
I
it.
keep him in back.
Could Gloria have wandered in the back?
Well, yeah, the whole place is open. I let the kids go all over. There's nothing could hurt them around here. There's a million kids come in. I let them wander all over.
You've got an idea, Captain.
What? I don't get it. Look, folks, you two wait in the office, will you, please?
If you think something, we got a right to know it's our baby.
Evelyn, please. If they can find her, they will. Go ahead.
All right. But you be sure you let us know.
Yes, as soon as we find out something.
What's the story? I don't get it.
Well, there's a chance the girl might have climbed into one of the laundry baskets this morning. The driver was in here then. The mother remembered that much.
That's ridiculous.
Maybe.
Then again, maybe it isn't so ridiculous.
What's the name of the laundry you take from?
The new Metro.
Where are they located?
Over on the west side, on Amsterdam Avenue, 68, 69th Street, in there someplace.
Do you have the same driver every day?
Yeah, this is on his route.
And what's his name?
Murray.
And what's his first name?
I don't know whether Murray's his first name or his last name. I just call him Murray.
What's the phone number over there?
At the laundry?
Yeah.
It's Academy 24599.
All right, let's get them on the phone.
Sure, I'll oblige with anything.
Lieutenant King telephoned the new Metro laundry and spoke to the delivery manager. He explained quickly what he was after and secured the telephone numbers along the route of the large truck that had made a delivery and pickup at Jerry's Laundrette shortly after 9 o'clock. After 3 telephone calls, he learned that the truck had just left after making a stop on 1st Avenue near 36th Street. He called the next place the truck was due to stop, a laundry on 38th Street near Lexington Avenue. The truck was expected but had not yet arrived. With Detective John Bender, Lieutenant King hurried to his car and drove downtown to intercept the truck. In the meantime, the search in the neighborhood went on. I phoned CB to dispatch a motor patrol car from the 15th Precinct to the address in case the truck arrived before Lieutenant King. We waited in Jerry's Laundrette for word.
I don't know about you, Captain, but the suspense is killing me.
It's only a hunch.
You undersell yourself. How do you ever expect to be an inspector? Hey, what about the Mr. and Mrs.? Don't you think you ought to let them in on it?
No, they might get too hopeful. If it doesn't work, they're worse off than before.
Hey, that could be it.
Take it.
Jerry's Laundrette. Who? No, he hasn't worked here in 6 months. No. I don't know. I haven't got any idea. Look, I can't tie up the phone. I'm expecting an emergency. Yeah, you too. Tell them the truth, they don't believe you.
Right punch in the academy got here, Captain. Oh, yes, Sergeant. Should I start them over there going uptown? Well, I'll tell you, Sergeant. You get it, Mr. Asher.
Yeah. Jerry's Laundrette. Yeah? Who's this? Did you find a kid? Huh? All right, Captain.
Thanks. Captain Canelli.
Matt King, Captain.
Yes, Matt.
The girl was on the truck.
Good. They found her.
She was playing in the basket and decided to hide under the laundry.
Yeah?
She thought it was fun being rolled outside. When she got in the truck, she got scared.
Uh-huh.
Every time the driver opened up the back, she kept quiet from fright.
Well, is she all right, Matt?
Just fine. Got her a great big ice cream cone. She wants to talk to her mother.
All right. Hold the phone. I'll put her on. Sergeant, send those men back to the academy.
Yes, sir. Captain.
Yeah.
She can use the extension in the office. It's a little more private.
Mrs. Solon.
Yes?
Any news, Cap? Pick up the phone, Mrs. Solon. Yeah, that one. It's Gloria. We found her.
Baby? Hello, my baby. Oh, darling, give Mommy a kiss. Oh, that's good. Yes, I'll see you very soon. Would you like to talk to Daddy? He's here. Yes, we're here together, and we're going to come and get you together. David.
Yes. Hello, Gloria. Yes. Yes, I know. You tell me all about it, huh?
You know something, Captain? You did a great job. Great. I should have been a cop.
Yes, baby. Yeah, it seems great now. But the way I thought it was going to turn out, you could have had the job for 2 cents.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. Where? Well, how do you know he was killed? Now, where is it? Between 3rd and Lexington or 2nd and 3rd? Well, who found him? Oh. Looks like he what? Well, how'd that happen? Yeah? Yeah. All right.
And so it goes. Around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Lawson Zerbe, Ralph Camargo, Bill Zuckert, Mandel Kramer, Harold Stone, and Eileen Palmer. Written and directed by Stanley Niss, produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hanna speaking.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. Where? Well, how do you know he was killed? Now, where is it? Between 3rd and Lexington or 2nd and 3rd? Well, who found him? Oh. Looks like he what?
You are in the muster room at the 21st Precinct, the nerve center. A call is coming through. You will follow the action taken pursuant to that call from this minute until the final report is written in the 124 room at the 21st Precinct.
Now, look. The officers will be there right away. Well, keep everybody from there if you can. That's right. Keep them back. The officers will be right there. You just stay around until they come.
21st Precinct. It's just lines on a map of the city of New York. Most of the 173,000 people wedged into the 9/10 of a square mile between Fifth Avenue and the East River wouldn't know if you asked them that they lived or worked in the 21st. Whether they know it or not, the security of their homes, their persons, and their property is the job of the men of the 21st Precinct.
The 21st, 160 patrolmen, 11 sergeants, and 4 lieutenants, of whom I'm the boss. My name is Kennelly, Frank Kennelly. I'm captain in command of the 21st. It was 10 minutes after 8 a.m. I signed the blotter after I turned out the platoon and left the station house at the end of my night tour after having been on duty since 4 o'clock the previous afternoon. The morning was dark and chilly, and it appeared that we were in for some snow. I walked to the corner and up Lexington a half a block to the barber shop.
Come in. Come in. You're next, Captain. No waiting this morning.
How are you, Joe?
Oh, no complaints. I take your coat.
Oh, thanks.
And the hat.
Yep.
In the chair, Captain. You go to the fight last night, Captain?
No, I was working.
Boy, some fight. It was some fight.
Yeah?
I don't know how the guy stood on his feet as long as he did. I don't know. What'll it be this morning? The work?
No, just a haircut, Joe.
Just a haircut, yeah. So how's the police business?
Quiet.
Knock on wood, huh?
Knock on wood.
I guess that is the only business in the world when you're in it, you like it to be quiet. Oh, you want a little more off on the top this time, Captain? Or about the same?
Oh, about the same.
About the same. You come into work or going?
Oh, I just signed out.
Oh. I never could get straight how you worked. Days, nights, what?
Oh, I've been on the job since 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I was off at 8, and I'm not due back until 8 tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm. And then what?
Until 6 tomorrow night.
Boy, some hours. Especially that 4 in the afternoon to 8 in the morning, dear. Like the fighter last night. How could you stand on your feet?
It's not so bad, Joe. If things quiet down about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I get a little sleep on the couch in my office.
It's not like being home in the bed, believe me.
I believe you, Joe.
They must be police department paydays. 2 customers, 2 policemen. Oh, Captain. How about Sherry? You next.
Coley?
Lieutenant Gorman told me you thought you said you were coming here.
Well, what's doing?
Said tell you we've got a homicide, Captain.
Where?
78th Street near 3rd Avenue. Homicide, what's that, murder? Unidentified male, about 35 years old.
Shot?
They don't know yet, Captain. DPM has a street cut open for a new sewer connection there. Men came to work this morning, found the body at the bottom of the hole. Looks like a ride job. Some people...
Hey, Joe, take this thing off, will you?
How can you go out unfinished?
I'll be back.
It would be a good idea, believe me.
Are you in a car or on foot, Coley?
Take the car, too, Captain. I was instructed if you were here and wanted to take a ride over there to drop my partner on post and drive you.
I want to go, yes.
I helped you with a coat, Captain.
Thanks, Joe. What time did the call come in, Coley?
Oh, about 14 minutes after 8, Captain. Don't forget to come back, Captain.
I'll be here.
Okay, because walking around like that, you're no recommendation for my work.
I drove to the scene in sector car number 2 with Patrolman Coley. It had started to snow, and the flakes were coming down thick and wet as we pulled into the block. On the job were sector car number 1, the sergeant's car, and the detective squad car. There were 2 trucks from the office of the borough president, Manhattan, parked near the street cut. And a dozen laborers who came to continue work on the sewer connection to a building under construction were standing around trying to keep warm. Sergeant Waters had pressed them into service to aid in keeping civilians back on the sidewalk and, incidentally, to keep the laborers out of the way. Coley pulled the car up as close as he could manage. All right, park it down the block, Coley.
Yes, sir.
No sense in tying this up any worse. Excuse me there, will you? Police officer coming through here. Sergeant Waters?
Hello, Captain.
What's it look like?
Well, there he is, down the hole. All right, mister. I told you to stay behind a barricade. Now stay behind that.
Who found him?
The laborers came to work on his sewer connection at 8. One of them spotted the body and the foreman rang in.
Mm-hmm.
Now, look, mister, I'm not going to tell you again.
Well, the detectives got on the job fast enough, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
I'll go talk to Lieutenant King.
Look, you know better than anybody else. Stay behind that barricade.
Hello, Matt.
Hello, Captain.
What do we got, Matt?
Looks like homicide, all right, Captain.
Who is he?
No idea yet. We're waiting for the medical examiner and a photographer. Should be here any minute.
Is that how we found him?
Yes, sir. Right down there at the bottom of the trench.
Well, this is a pretty busy street. Surprising somebody didn't notice him before 8 o'clock. Where was the man on post?
Oh, I thought that too at first, Captain, but that slip's only 2 feet wide and about 4 feet deep. From the side, somebody'd have to get almost to the edge of the trench to see the body. Nobody passed close to this edge because of that dirt piled on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
No one could see into the hole from that end because of the wooden barricade there along the sidewalk. That motor compressor blocks the view at the other end.
No idea how long the body's been in there.
No, sir. The crew quit working at 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon. Any time between dark last night and dawn this morning.
I got the names and addresses of all the VPM crew, Lieutenant.
Good.
Oh, hello, Captain.
Vitaly?
The foreman wants to know how long it'll be before they can get on the job here.
You better tell him it'll be an hour at least. We're waiting for the medical examiner, the homicide squad, and the photographer.
Yes, sir. I'll tell him.
What makes you so sure it's homicide, Matt? He could have been drunk, fallen in there.
You haven't had a close look at him, Captain. He got it working over. He couldn't have gotten banged up that way falling into the ditch. He was thrown in there. Probably dragged out of a car and dumped.
Any sign of a gunshot wound?
He might have been shot. We can't tell from the position the body's in. We'll know more about that when we can move him.
There wasn't any sign of anything in these piles of dirt, was there? If the body was dumped, whoever did it had to walk across these piles of dirt.
There might have been, Captain, but there isn't now. When the first officer got on the scene, those 12 laborers were all over the place. Well, looks like this might turn into a pretty heavy snowstorm.
Yeah, it does.
All I need, a homicide case, and go home and shovel the snow.
Captain Kennelly.
Yes, Sergeant?
I just rang in. Lieutenant Gorman told me there's a report of a safe burglary.
In this precinct?
Yes, sir. The Fernhill Radio and Appliance Company, 734 East 82nd Street. They opened up the store this morning and found that burglars had been in during the night. They tried to get the safe downstairs, apparently. They found at the bottom of the steps unopened.
Did the desk officer ring the squad?
Yes, sir. Gave it to Novak. Novak notified the safe and law squad and then went himself. He and Whitey Howard.
All right, thanks, Bill.
Yes, sir.
Well, you don't have to worry about shoveling any snow, Matt. You won't get home until it thaws.
You are listening to 21st Precinct, a factual account of the way police work in the world's largest city. Moving to Friday night. After this evening's program, listen for these police cases at their new night and time, beginning 1 week from this Friday. Don't forget, Captain Kennelly and his hard-working enforcers of the law will bring you their thrilling assignments again beginning Friday, December 4th, on most of these same CBS radio stations. Now back to 21st Precinct and Captain Frank Kennelly.
Within another few minutes, detectives from the Manhattan East Homicide Squad and a deputy medical examiner had arrived at the scene. While the Homicide Squad photographer made the required pictures, Lieutenant King, as the ranking officer of the Detective Division present, dictated to the Homicide Squad stenographer a detailed description of the position and appearance of the body and of the surrounding conditions. No identification of any kind was found in the pockets of the victim. The medical examiner reported to Lieutenant King that preliminary observation revealed no gunshot wounds. Death appeared to have been caused by a fractured skull. Finally, Patrolman Adam Austin, the first member of the force at the scene, placed a UF-95 tag on the body, and it was removed to the Bellevue morgue for identification and autopsy. And the investigation began. I then went to the scene of the safe burglary at 734 East 82nd Street. Detectives of both the safe and loft squad and the 21st squad were on the job. The uniformed officers had already resumed patrol. I returned to the barber shop. Joe completed my haircut, and I walked around the corner to the station house where Lieutenant Gorman was desk officer and Sergeant Waters was now on telephone switchboard duty.
Hello, Captain.
Sergeant?
Mrs. Kennelly called.
Oh, for the love of... I forgot the phone. I got tied up.
Well, I explained it, Captain. I told her we had a homicide and a safe burglary.
Oh, thanks, Bill.
She said call her when you get a chance.
Yeah, I will as soon as I find the block.
Yes.
Hello, man.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. How many dogs? Well, there's no law against people having dogs, lady. I know. But lady, you'll have to take that up with your landlord. If he promised he wouldn't rent to anybody with dogs, that's between you and him. Well, madam, there's nothing we can do about it. All right. You're welcome.
What was that, Bill?
She's allergic to dogs. Family's moving into a building with two of them.
Oh.
Hello, Captain.
Man, I want to see you.
I'd like to see you too, Captain.
Well, how's it going?
Nothing much yet.
Come on into my office.
Well, for a minute, Captain Fleischer's upstairs talking to those two men from the borough president's office.
Oh, go ahead.
Thanks. The captain of the homicide squad is on his way up with the chief of detectives.
Any identification on him yet?
No, I just spoke to Vitale. They rolled some prints off the man as soon as they got him to the Bellevue morgue. He just brought them into BCI, and they're trying to get a make on him now.
The man wasn't shot or stabbed, was he?
No, sir. The medical examiner says death was apparently caused by a fractured skull. He's got other marks and bruises all over him. One thing's sure, the fall into the ditch couldn't have done it. He was dead before he got anywhere near the ditch. What I wanted to find out is, you were up at the safe burglary, right, Captain?
Yeah, man.
Well, I've been running around in circles on this other deal. Haven't had a chance to speak to Novak and Howard about that.
They were up there, and two men from the safe and loft squad.
I've got the district captain upstairs now, the chief of detectives, and probably the borough chief are on their way. They'll have to start throwing questions at me on the safe job. Haven't even been over this.
Well, they didn't get anything out of there, Matt. It was a bust.
Yes, I know that.
It was this radio and appliance store. They gained entry through a side door, the freight entrance. Jimmy, the night latch.
Oh.
Apparently, they went straight upstairs to the office on the balcony, trying to rip the safe. Didn't get very far with it. Might have thought they needed more tools or more time. Decided to carry it out. Apparently, it got away from them coming down the stairs.
Yeah.
Must have made a lot of noise, and they left in a hurry. They left all their tools on the job.
Probably stolen.
Probably. Come in.
Excuse me a second, Captain.
Yes, Sergeant.
There's a woman out there talking to Lieutenant Gorman.
Yes?
Her husband didn't show up at home last night.
And?
Captain, sounds to me like she's talking about the man that was found in the ditch.
Did you say anything to her?
No, sir.
Ask her to come in here.
Yes, sir. Mrs. Bowlney,
Yes?
could you step in here a minute, please?
You don't mind, Captain?
No? Oh, that's all right, man.
Do they know something?
Come in, Mrs. Bowlney.
Yes. Yes, I'm much obliged.
All right, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
Just sit down, please.
Do you have Phil here? Arrested, I mean?
No, we don't.
Oh. I thought you did.
How do you spell your name?
Bolney. Bolney.
Your husband's first name is Phil.
Yeah, that's right.
What's your first name?
Louise.
Where do you live, Mrs. Bowlney?
At 3422 Lewis Avenue in the Bronx. I was led to believe that you did have Phil here. I thought he was arrested.
Well, what made you think that?
Well, he said he had some business last night. He left right after supper, and he said he'd be home at 1 o'clock, no later. Well, about 11 o'clock, I turned off the radio and went to bed. Slept all night. When I woke up this morning, he wasn't in the bed. I don't know. I couldn't imagine what happened.
Does he ever stay out all night?
Well, late sometimes, but never all night. He always comes home, no matter what time in the morning, always. He don't drink much, so I'm never worried about that. A few beers, maybe.
I still don't understand what made you think he was arrested.
A detective called.
And spoke to you?
No, not to me, to the super of the building. We don't have a telephone.
Did the detective leave his name?
He just told the super if I'd come to the 21st Precinct, they'd know all about Phil.
Did the super say the man told him he was a police officer?
Well, I don't know, but what else could he be? He said, come to the 21st Precinct.
Only, how old is your husband?
34 in March.
Do you know his height? How tall he is?
Well, not so tall, maybe 4 or 5 inches taller than me.
About 5'9".
About 5'9", yeah. Listen, don't you know anything? I mean, who'd call and say such a thing? And Phil not coming home.
Has your husband ever been arrested?
Well, he's been in a little trouble, yeah.
What kind of trouble?
He was away.
Where?
Sing Sing. But he's been all right. He's had no trouble since he's been back. No trouble at all. He was getting along fine. He's got a job. He's working every day, and the parole officer says he was doing very well.
You said he was in the habit of staying out late at night. He's not supposed to do that if he's on parole.
It's not often.
You know who he was out with last night, Mrs. Bolney?
Some friends. I don't know. On business.
Excuse me.
Where could he be?
I don't know.
21st Precinct, Captain Kennelly.
Sergeant Waters on TS, Captain. Detective Vitale is ringing in for Lieutenant King. Says it's important.
All right. Matt,
Yes, sir.
for you, Tally.
Okay, thanks, John. Lieutenant King,
Go ahead, Lieutenant. Vitale, Lieutenant.
where are you?
Down at BCI. We got a make on the Prince of the Dead Man.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's a good boy. He did a bid for grand larceny and some time before that as a juvenile.
What's the name?
Balney. Philip Robert Balney. B-O-L-N-E-Y.
Uh-huh.
The cards down here don't have a recent address on him, but he must have been reporting to the Board of Parole. I can check and see what address they've got.
No, that won't be necessary, Vitale.
Yes, sir.
You can get a mug shot from BCI and come on in here.
All right, Lieutenant. Yes, sir.
They got a make, Captain.
Did they?
Yeah. Where did your husband work, Mrs. Balney?
On the docks. On the west side, along Sherman.
Have any idea who he might have gone out with last night?
Oh, no, not exactly. He has lots of friends.
Which friend in particular do you think he might have been with last night?
Well, he did say something
What?
about Red, about having to go someplace with Red. You know, on business.
Red who?
I don't know his last name. He talks about this Red all the time as there's somebody that works with him. You know, Doc Wallopin.
Would you know this Red if you saw him?
No, I never met him. I only heard Phil talk about him. Listen, if you don't have him arrested here, Phil, I mean, where is he? Where could he be? You think maybe he went right to work this morning?
No, Mrs. Balney, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure we know where he is.
Well, this is a fine time to tell me. Why didn't you tell me before? Well, Captain, why didn't you tell me?
We just found out about it.
Well, where is he?
Down at Bellevue, we think.
What's he doing down there? Oh, is he sick? Oh, is he in... He's not dead.
Yes, he is. I'm sorry.
After a few minutes, Lieutenant King took Mrs. Balney upstairs to the 21st Detective Squad. There she was questioned by Assistant District Attorney Lawrence Shapia in the presence of Lieutenant King and the top command of the Detective Division, the Chief of Detectives, the Borough Chief, the Homicide Captain, and the District Captain. She was able to give no information other than the fact that she thought her husband might have been in the company of a friend named Red. Nor could she suggest a reason this Red or anyone else would want to murder him. At 11:30 a.m., Mrs. Balney was driven to the Bellevue morgue to identify the body of her husband. I remained in my office and cleaned up some paperwork that had hung over. A little after 12, the top command of the Detective Division signed the blotter and left the precinct. I walked out of my office and into the lieutenant's locker room where a pot of coffee was on the fire.
Captain?
Oh, come in, man.
Well, I guess there won't be much snow to shovel whether I'm home or not. Stopped.
Yeah. How about a cup of coffee?
Yes, sir, thanks.
Grab a cup.
Smells good.
Sugar's in the drawer.
No, thanks.
Well, how are you doing?
Oh, all right, I guess. She identified the body as her husband. Red is a fellow named John Gilliam. He didn't show up for a job on the docks this morning.
Well, that's a good sign.
For us, yes, sir. Not for him. I've got 6 men out looking for him.
Oh, your bosses seem to think it's in pretty good shape, man. I saw them troop out of here.
Well, they can't sit around and twiddle their thumbs, Captain. Don't have much to go on yet.
What kind of fellow is this Red?
Well, he's been in a couple of jams. Never any convictions, but he's been questioned in connection with some burglary deal.
Oh, incidentally, anything on the safe job?
No, not much, Captain.
Listen, Matt, did you speak to the medical examiner again on this Phil Bolney?
Yes, sir. What?
All these fractures and bruises he had, were they all internal injuries? No open cuts?
No, sir.
You know something?
What?
Bolney did time for grand larceny. The information you got is that this Red was picked up a couple of times for investigation of burglary.
Yes, sir.
Are you willing to listen to a wild guess?
I'll listen to anything, Captain.
It washes out a homicide case for you.
That's the last thing I need, Captain. A homicide case. I'm listening.
After I finished my conversation with Lieutenant King, at 1:30 I signed the blotter and left the station house. All that day and that night, detectives of the 21st Squad and the Homicide Squad beat the brush for John Gilliam, also known as Red Gilliam. They were waiting at the pier where he usually worked at the afternoon shape-up. He did not appear. They traced out his home address, a furnished room in the West 20s. He hadn't been seen. The place was planted. Detectives spoke to all the acquaintances of Red Gilliam and Philip Bolney they could locate. None had any information regarding the whereabouts of the fugitive. The plants at Red's rooming house and at the address of a girlfriend were maintained throughout the night. At 8:20 a.m. the next morning, there was a phone call for Detective Vitale from one of the acquaintances of Red Gilliam he had spoken to the previous afternoon. The caller, another longshoreman, told Vitale that he had seen Red Gilliam at a Greenwich Village bar during the night. Red told the informant he was broke and needed a loan. He had promised a small loan if Red would come to the pier where he worked just before the whistle blew for the afternoon shape-up. Vitale gave this information to Lieutenant King. Along with 5 other detectives, all dressed in work clothes, he was instructed to cover this pier in the event that Red Gilliam showed up.
This looks like a bust, Whitey.
Yep.
He'll blow the whistle for the shape-up in a minute. If Red hasn't shown up by now, he won't.
Where's his friend? I don't see him now.
No, I got him. There. Against the fender of that truck, the pickup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there comes the hiring boss.
When they shape up, let's move in with them.
Okay.
Come on.
Yeah. Think we ought to wait around here until they get off the job this afternoon? Red's liable to come then.
I'll call the lieutenant, whatever he says.
Yeah.
Now, Whitey.
Yeah?
There he is, I think.
Where?
Yankee jacket, no hat. Headed for the truck.
Yeah, it's in.
All right, let's grab him. Watch yourself. He might be healed.
Don't worry.
Red?
Yeah?
Wait a minute. We want to talk to you.
Look, fellas, I'm in a rush.
We're police officers, Red.
Oh. Turn around, lean up against that truck.
Hey, go on.
Yeah.
All right, hold still.
I'm clean. I'm not carrying anything.
That's what we want to make sure of.
Listen, what's the beef? What do you want me for? Don't you know, Red? How should I know what you guys want? You always want to know something.
Yeah, Red. We always want to know something. So come on, let's go.
I had been on duty since 8 a.m. At 1:20, I was upstairs in the detective squad office conferring with Lieutenant King about a renewal application for a pistol license, which must be investigated by detectives and endorsed with a recommendation by the commanding officer of the precinct. The applicant was a retired cop with a good departmental record, now working as a money guard in the precinct. There was a suspicion, however, that his eyes had gone bad on him and that he was no longer qualified for a permit.
It's a hard thing to say, Captain.
Yeah, I know, man.
I hate to do that to the man. He was a good cop when he was in the job. He's had a good employment record with this company. But supposing there's some trouble over that gun, his eyes are bad. We can't help that.
Yeah, I guess we can. Yes. Come in, Pete.
All right, Red. Inside. Sit down over there, Red.
Yeah?
That's good. Sit right there.
Shut the door, will you, Pete?
Yeah, sure, Lieutenant. He says he doesn't know a thing, Lieutenant.
This is where you come to learn, eh, Red?
What's it all about? That you got to tell me.
We'll start off with introductions. This is Captain Kennelly. I'm Lieutenant King.
So?
We don't want to waste any time, Red. We want some straight answers.
About what?
You were out with Phil Bolney the night before last, right?
Who said that?
Were you?
No.
Where were you?
I spent practically the entire evening with a girl till about 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning.
Well, if that's so, it'd clear up a lot of things, Red. What girl is that? Her name is Isabel Gamer. Where does she live?
Down on 17th Street, near 9th.
Oh, you know that's a lie, Red.
No, it's not.
Detective Vitale spoke to Isabel yesterday. She said she didn't see you since Sunday. Isn't that right, Veep?
That's right, Lieutenant.
So it's right.
Look, Red, we got a lot of things on our mind around here. We don't want to waste any time.
What do you think I'm doing? You think this is accomplishing something for me?
Bill was found dead on the street. Our information is that you were with him that night. Now, what about the truth?
If I told you the truth, you wouldn't believe it.
Wouldn't we?
I guarantee you wouldn't.
Better try us, Red, because you're looking a murder beef right in the face. If the truth is going to help you, you better let us have it.
You wouldn't believe it. Maybe we already know the truth, Red.
Maybe we just want to hear it from you.
Well, you won't believe it, I guarantee it. But if you want it, all right.
What?
Well, you see, Phil and I were together, yeah. We've been doing a few things together. I had this store spotted over in the East 80s, I don't know. The safe looked like an easy touch. Well, we went in there together and tried to rip the face off. It wouldn't come. So we decided to go down the stairs with it and load it in the car. It was small enough. Well, we started down. Phil was below and I was up above. The thing slipped, or he slipped or something. Anyway, he went rolling down the stairs with it. I thought he was just knocked out.
Yeah?
Well, that's all. I figured get him out fast, so I loaded him in the car. And when I got a few blocks away, I saw he was dead. Well, what was I going to do with him? Well, I passed by this place where they had the street dug up. That looked good enough for me, so I dumped him in there, and that was that.
Was it?
Well, there you see, you wanted the truth. That's it. Where does it get me?
Did you call his wife?
Yeah, the next morning. I figured she's got to know. She's got to find out at least. Well, don't look at me like I was an idiot. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. It's the truth. It's the honest to goodness truth. If I had a stack of Bibles, it wouldn't be any more the truth. I didn't kill him. I didn't lay a finger on him.
We know it, Red. We believe you.
Do you?
Why shouldn't we? Captain had it figured the same afternoon.
The whole thing sounds so screwy, so nuts. To get caught in a set of circumstances.
Red, you're caught in a little bit more than a set of circumstances. You're caught in a safe burglary.
21st Precinct, Sergeant Waters. What'd you say about a gun? Oh. To get a license to carry one. And so it goes, around the clock, through the week, every day, every year. A police precinct in the city of New York is a flesh and blood merry-go-round. Anyone can catch the brass ring, or the brass ring can catch anyone.
21st Precinct, a factual account of the way the police work in the world's largest city, is presented with the official cooperation of the Patrolmen's Benevolent Association, an organization of more than 20,000 members of the Police Department, City of New York. Everett Sloan in the role of Captain Kennelly, Ken Lynch as Lieutenant King. Featured in tonight's cast were Louis Van Ruten, Bill Lipton, Harold Stone, Les Damon, and Julie Stevens. Written and directed by Stanley Niss, produced for CBS Radio by John Ives. Art Hannah speaking.